What is up, everybody? Welcome to week 12 of my Atlanta Falcons Madden 23 franchise rebuild. And before we get into the breakout DB and all that, like we promised, we're going to look at the rankings. And we are now at pick number 2 with the loss to the Chicago Bears. Obviously, we played them in the last video and they beat us pretty badly. Now, we have another Tank Bowl this week, I believe, between the Bears and the Falcons. Yep, Bears at Falcons, so that's definitely a game we're going to want to keep up with. We're going to see who wins that game. But now, before we get into the game, obviously, some top threats. Jonathan Allen is going to be a concern. Now we're going to look at our breakout DB. Richie Grant, our free safety and slot corner. Feels like he's a ride. So 1 interception, forced faculty for loss or sack. We'll see. He's going to do a lot in the slot today. Hopefully he can get that interception. And now we're going to do our weekly strategy. And then we're going to get into the game. See you guys on the field. And Q is going to kick this game off. He kicks it into the shallow end zone. They're going to take it out. He's going to get past the 20, right around to the 25-yard line at the 24. Out comes Carson Wentz and the Commanders as he starts it off with a dump off. That is good for 4 yards. Now Wentz under center with time, a lot of time. He's going to throw the drag route. That's completed, but for no yards. You'd have to think if he throws that earlier, the receiver could cut up and get a first down, but they get a first down to Terry McLaurin right there, the former Ohio State wide receiver. Now Wentz with plenty of time again. Throws a drag a little late again and again, not finding much on that route. 2nd and 8, Wentz over the middle. That is completed for 12 yards. Went scrambling, and the linebacker knocks it out. That was a great play. Now Wentz throws the drag. They cut it up, and that is going to be a first down. The Commanders are very well into field goal range as that's another completion for a gain of 4 yards. Now, the Falcons are just giving them those underneath routes. They need to quickly adjust as they hand it off to Gibson, and Gibson's going to take it for a touchdown. Commanders have an early 7-0 lead as the Falcons start their day with a 3-yard handoff to Cordell Patterson. Now Ritter hands it off to Patterson again. Patterson cuts it to the B gap, and he has a nice chunk of yards, 13 yards, first down for the Falcons. Desmond Ritter with time. He's going to find Kyle Pitts over to see him. A great job of throwing it a bit behind him to have him avoid the hit. Now he's going deep. To Bryan Edwards. Underthrown, and that would have been thrown into double coverage. But he finds Drake London. And that is a touchdown. It was covered 2 zone, and he simply just threw it between the 2 safeties and is now 7-7 as it is 2nd and 10 for the Commanders. Wentz throws that out route, and the receiver's still going. Eventually brought down to the 41. 1st and 10 for the Commanders. Once again, the underneath route is working for them. Good for 8 yards. Wentz under center. Going to throw the slant. That is completed. 1st and 10 in Falcons territory. Wentz going to throw it to the sideline. Good for 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Now Wentz going to scramble. He has plenty of green. He is taking it. And the Falcons players collide into each other, and he takes it inside the 10-yard line. What a blunder for the Falcons defense. Now Wentz is going to check it down inside the 5 at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal. Going to hand it off, and he is just going to carry that in. No problems at all. 14-7 Commanders. As we're going to start that with slant that is going to end the quarter. It is 2nd and inches. They're going to hand it off to Patterson, who powers forward for a first down. Now Ritter under center. Another handoff to Patterson. Patterson trying to cut it outside. Did it just a tad too late. Now Ritter with time going to throw the slants at Damiere Byrd. Damiere Byrd's going to power forward for a gain of 15. Nice play by Byrd. Now hand out to Patterson, who has a really nice hole. And he is going to take that for a first down, but there is a flag. Legal block in the back. That is an absolutely killer. Bad block by Drake London, but it's still 1st and 5 for the Falcons. And they take it for 2 yards as there's an injury on the play. Going to throw it over the middle. That is completed. 1st and 10. Now Ritter under center. Patterson cuts it up to the A gap, not finding much, 4 yards. 2 yards. Now Ritter throws that over the middle. That is completed on a very nice catch. And there's roughing the passer. With a great break for the Falcons. The long catch and now the flag puts them at the 70-yard line. Now 1-yard run by Cordell Patterson. Cordell Patterson again not finding much. 3rd and goal from the 4. Ritter intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker. He's going to be tackled at the 4. It looks like Ritter was anticipating the linebacker to keep shifting to the left, but he did not. And because Ritter misread it, that is an interception. Now a toss play works good for 6 yards, 1st down. Wentz under shotgun. Time in the pocket. It's going to scramble, a little indecisive, but it takes it for a yard. Now 2nd and 9 for the Commanders. Wentz with time, throwing it over the middle. That is complete 1st down. Beautiful throw. Once again, looking to pass. That is going to be... He throws it right to Isaiah Oliver, and that is intercepted. What in the world was Carson Wentz thinking there? Just throwing it right at him. Maybe he thought the receiver had another step on him, but he did not. And Patterson does a phenomenal job of what should have been a tackle for loss into a positive 6-yard gain. Now 3rd and inches. And let's see if the Falcons can score before halftime. Big thing is not turning it over. As Patterson gets a 1st down. Falcons have to be smart with the clock as well. They don't want to give it another possession to the Commanders. Now Ritter scrambling, finds Kyle Pitts. That's a 1st down. Now hand out to Cordell Patterson. Touchdown, Falcons. It is now going to be a 14-14 game. Now Falcons need a big stop here. Can't let Commanders score. Drag out to McLaurin, who breaks the tackle and powers forward for a gain of 40, which should have been good for a gain of 9, turn into a gain of 15. And they leave the tight end open down the middle of the seam. And just like that, the Commanders are in very close distance to at least field goal range with 40 seconds left. Now Wentz was looking to scramble for his second, but eventually checks it down. That is good for a 1st down, though. 15 seconds left in the half. Wentz going over the middle, and that's going to be an obvious pass interference. What in the world was he thinking? Just a very bad play because he had safety help, so there was no need to do that. Now Wentz, touchdown. The Falcons defense completely imploding on that drive. Not what you want to see, and Falcons are going to run a handoff to Cordell Patterson to end the half. Commanders lead 21-14, but the Falcons are keeping this game very close. It's still anybody's game as they go into overtime. And the Falcons were just a play away from tying it as Ritter threw that interception. So the Falcons are going to look to capitalize if they can not have turnovers and not have these bad penalties. They can easily win this game as it's a handoff to Patterson. Patterson not having much room, powers forward for 5 yards. Now Ritter hands out to Patterson again. Mr. All Reliable, short of the 1st down, 3rd and 1. And Patterson's going to keep his balance and get a 1st down. It looks like John Allen potentially had a play, but good awareness by Patterson. Changes directions as Ritter misses a wide open Demir Bird. It's a completely off throw as he didn't have any pressure. That should be an easy throw to make, but it happens. 3rd and 6 for the Falcons, and he finds Kyle Pitts, who's having a nice day. Now hand off to Patterson. Once again, John Allen is in that backfield pretty quickly. Now Ritter with pressure throws it to Kyle Pitts. What a phenomenal throw. Josh Allen just decked our right guard, so Ritter had pressure, still made a nice throw. 2nd and 6, handoff to Patterson. Patterson short of the first down by a yard, 3rd and 1. Now handoff to Patterson, who isn't going to get the touchdown, but is going to get the first down, 1st and goal. Falcons, interestingly, in empty. Ritter's going to scramble. Looks like he's going for a touchdown. He doesn't, but he finds a wide open Kyle Pitts. And just like that, the Falcons have tied it. That's what we need to see more of Ritter. Making a play when a play isn't there. Giving yourself possibilities, and you did a phenomenal job there. Now, 3rd and 3 is going to be completed. Thrown into a tight window, but the Commanders get the first down. Now, handoff. Finding nowhere. Says 2nd and 10, but I think he may have lost a yard. Another handoff. That is good for 5 yards. 3rd and 5 for the Commanders, and they leave the receiver wide open. Not what the Falcons needed. Now, on the handoff, Gibson takes it for 6 yards. As Wentz motions in the tight end, they're going to hand it off again. That is going to be a first down by Gibson. That is the end of the 3rd quarter. Still anybody's game. Commanders looking to take a lead. They throw the drag route that is completed for almost a first down. Now, once the shotgun RPO hands it off, but maybe he shouldn't have, as they lose 2 yards on the play. Great play by Jarrett. Now, Wentz under center, motioning the tight end. They're running a counter play, and they're just going to get it. Robinson Jr. doing a nice job of reading the hole. Now, the slant is completed. Wentz under shotgun, 2nd and 1. He's going to throw the out route. Incomplete, 3rd and 1. Wentz with time. Throws the late on the drag route again, but is once again completed out of bounds. 1st and goal. Wentz with a bunch of time. And he runs right into a sack. A very bad play from Wentz. Now 2nd and goal. Wentz once again with time. Going to throw a drag route again. Falcons doing a nice job swarming to the ball. 3rd and goal. Falcons hand it off. Touchdown. Falcons were looking like they might not totally break there at the end, as in giving up a touchdown. They do, but the Falcons have a chance to tie it still and potentially even go for 2 if they do get a touchdown. They're going to start the drive with a handoff to Patterson. Stop short. 2nd and 8. Patterson finds Pitts wide open. Pitts having just a phenomenal game. Taken down at the 47. Now Patterson on the outside, losing 2 yards. That's not what you want to see from the Falcons now. Ritter throwing it over the linebacker's head, finding Edwards. A very nice play. Now Patterson avoids the tackle, takes it for 3 yards. That should have been a loss of 2 yards. So a very nice job as Ritter checks it down for 3 yards. 3rd and 4, and we are at the 2-minute warning. Can the Falcons come back and at least put it into overtime? Now, Ritter misses a wide open, maybe not wide open, but he missed Kyle Pitts, but he now finds Bryan Edwards for a first down. That could have potentially been the game. Now, handoff to Patterson. Patterson takes it for a yard. Or it looks like 2 yards, now. Ritter with time. Thrown into a very tight window, incomplete, 3rd and 9. Ritter. Time. Finds Damiere Byrd for a touchdown. Well, Ritter has certainly made his fair share of bad throws today. That was a huge touchdown there. And it's now tied, but the Commanders just need a field goal, and they have 3 timeouts. And now 40 seconds left. They didn't use a timeout there. Wentz checking it down. And he is tackled for a gain of 8. And the Commanders will call their first timeout with 25 seconds left. 2nd and 2. Open man. Falcons doing a nice job swarming the ball. Commanders still aren't quite in field goal possession yet. One more play could put them. Now Wentz is scrambling. And he scrambles it to the 30-yard line. They're in field goal range. They just need to call a timeout. And they didn't call a timeout. They had a timeout left, and they didn't use it for the potential game-winning field goal. Oh, my goodness. What in the world are the Commanders thinking about? That might be the worst thing I have ever seen, but the Falcons will graciously take that gift, but they do have to kick start the overtime. And remember, overtime rules. The first team on offense gets a field goal, the game's not over. If they do get a touchdown, then it's over. If they don't get a field goal and then the Falcons do, then the game would be over since Falcons had a possession second. Now, Wentz hands it off. Huge hole. Breaking tackles. First down. What a phenomenal run by Gibson. Now, Commanders need to be smart to not turn the ball over here. Gibson. And he fumbles. Falcons have the ball. Brought down at the 42-yard line, and what a turn of events. Gibson fumbles. Richie Grant forcing the fumble, and now the Falcons just need a field goal to win. Patterson finds no yards. 2nd and 10, another handoff to Patterson. Once again, not finding much. Maybe relying on Patterson a bit too much. 3rd down. And that is incomplete, to Demir Bird. 4th and 7, Falcons are playing to win. And he's going to find Bryan Edwards on the curl route. Good throw, good catch. Falcons are in Commanders territory as, once again, Cordell Patterson's not finding much room late in this game. But still, the Falcons are handing it off to him. Again, no yards gained. 3rd and 10, Ritter going deep. And that is incomplete. Looks like Edwards may have had a stepped on. They need to get this 4th down. He was looking for Bird on the slant, and that is a turnover on downs. Now the Commanders just need about 2 first downs to be in field goal range and end this game. As Wentz throws it over the middle, and just like that, the Commanders are in field goal range. They just need to not turn it over now. Falcons are going to call a timeout. They know it's looking bleak. But if they can stop the Commanders and they miss a field goal, the Falcons could still have a chance. But they need to stop them on this 3rd down right now. 3rd and 4, Wentz hands it off. All right, and the Falcons do stop him. It comes down to this field goal. The field goal's up, and it is good. That will be a Washington Commanders win. The Falcons fought until the absolute end. Whenever the Commanders struck, they always had an answer. A very disappointing loss for the team, but we saw a lot of good from the team today. A lot of good from Ritter, a lot of good from our receivers, good from guys like Richie Grant forcing the fumble, and we'll talk about the rest of it back at the home screen. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the home screen of the franchise. Obviously, we are looking at the box score right now, starting with Desmond Ritter, who had a very strong day. 245 yards, 3 touchdowns, the 1 interception, a QB rating of 122.4. He was 17 for 25, obviously. That 1 interception could be the difference maker. And we've seen it a lot from Ritter on those hook routes where he's just kind of throwing them right where the linebacker or defender can make a play. There's been plenty of times where he should have thrown it to the side, which I actually tell Madden to do, and we also saw the same thing with Mariota. So I don't know if it's just a Madden glitch, if Madden's not listening, if it's because their accuracy is still not great rating wise. So sometimes they're just going to make those throws, and it happens to be on hook routes. But it's weird because a lot of the other times, especially on the deep throws, when I tell them to throw it to the right or the left, they do. For example, Drake London's touchdown today, the first touchdown, I told him threw right in the middle of the field because it was covered too, and he did perfectly. So maybe it's just his short accuracy still needs a lot of work, and his deep's better. We don't know, but he played absolutely strong. Obviously, hopefully as more games go on, he can start being a little better when he can't throw it directly at the receiver. And obviously there's a few times where I could be making better decisions, but still there's times where those hook throws should not be interceptions. It needs to be better accuracy-wise, throwing it to the right or the left. Rushing, Cordell Patterson, 29 rushes, 87 yards, 3.1 yards per carry, and a touchdown. And this is where I'm impressed with Ritter because, the run game's kind of the core of our offense, and that's why Mariota kind of struck dead when the run game wasn't there. Now, obviously, Ritter didn't completely take over the game. It was a battle for the most part of Wentz and Ritter who could be the most consistent, and actually didn't come down to that really. Well, sort of. We'll get there in a minute. But yeah, without the run game being as good as normal, Ritter was able to step up. That's something we love to see. Kyle Pitts had a very strong day, had the touchdown, another great play by Ritter when he was scrambling to find the open man. London, he had the touchdown and 2 catches, 52 yards. So we still need to do a better job, and when I say we, I mean me, of getting London more targets. And hopefully that will translate into more yardage unless he drops everything. Blocking, Matthews got hurt and Hennessy got hurt. I think they both did return to the game. Defensively, I know we had 1 sack. Is that all we had? Yeah, it was because Wentz just was standing in the pocket like a statue. Kicking, no field goals today, no punts. Return Ballantine, all right. But yeah, that's the box score, and now we have a breakout player. I believe this is in terms of Richie Grant. And yep, one of the things was for him to get this was a forced fumble, and he did in a overtime, which we weren't able to capitalize. He now has star development, and is he going to get 20? And he now has 20,000 XP. We learned a few videos ago for this. It's not for everybody in that position. It's just for that one player. But we will still take that. But yeah, it was a win for the Commanders. It was a tough loss, but Wentz and Ritter were going at it all game. And both of them kind of got unlucky towards the end. Like Wentz, with that fumble that could have potentially gave us the win. That wasn't Wentz's fault. Ritter did not have help from his defense at all. And he missed, but missing that last throw was not great. That should have been completed. But he underthrew him. It's just those small incompletions, wild throws. And yeah, he's a rookie. That happens, but we need to see that happening less and less. But for all, this was a strong game for Ritter. Hopefully we'll be able to upgrade him a little bit more soon. And with all that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please give this video a like, comment. If you have any suggestions or you just want to tell me how bad I am at Madden, I'm here for it. So let me know. Share this video with your friends. If you're not already, please hit that subscribe button. Again, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time.